And we are back here, Druther brothers and Druther brother sisters and Druther mothers and other Druthers. We are back with Drutter Madness. Coming to you live from Druther Brothers Studios across the city of Chicago. Druther brother Cooley here, checking in with Druther brother Kleiny. Say hello to the fans, Kleiny.
Hey, fellow Druther brothers and Druther mothers. We're in for another treat today, brought to you by the Druther Brothers.
That's right. As always, all our productions are brought to you by Druther Brothers in association with Druther Brothers, sponsored by Druther Brothers. So, as we're about to get started here, we have Indiana and Brigham Young facing off in a 6 versus 11, I believe. BYU being the 6 seed, Indiana being the 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's get down to the court as these teams warm up for Game 2 of Drutter Madness. We're looking for, it's a real good game here between a Big Ten squad and BYU out of, are they in the Big 12 now, or are they over still in the Mountain West, the WAC? Either way, Big Ten was a real tough league this year, but BYU, the higher seed, they've had some good teams lately, usually making the tournament. Indiana had some down years, but they've been back, and they got some good young talent. As we go down for the tip. And BYU will control the tip. Wearing white here, we guard number 1, Alex Barcello. Gets it inside to number 44, Yoli Childs for the early dunk. Gets this crowd on its feet. Coming out of the gates, going strong. BYU with the 2-point lead. As you've noticed, officials have made the decision to cut the halftime down even a bit further with the further worry of the spread of this virus. We've cut the halves down to 7 minutes here. Let's hope the players can really leave it all on the court. Not 1 pint, but 2 pints. 2 pints to make a court. Let's leave it all out there. Finish your bottles, fellas. As BYU shoots from deep and it won't go, but gets the board inside. Yoli Childs again with the board and the putback. A chance for the and 1 and 3-point play. Scoring 22.2 points per game for BYU. He's coming out showing why he's their star player. As he shoots free throws, I think Kleiny met with Yoli before the game. Let's see if he has anything to say. As Yoli misses the free throw, but his teammate will get the putback and go to the line for an and 1 opportunity. That's Jake Toulson. Kleiny, anything on Yoli?
Yeah, thanks, Druther. So I met with Yoli before the game, a local South Jordan, Utah native. Speaking of Jordan, he wears the number 23. Well, not today. Today he's actually wearing number 44, named after his favorite basketball, yep, you guessed it, retired Houston Rockets player Calvin Murphy. Coach Mark Pope said before the game that Childs is the key to winning this matchup. He used the old euphemism, I hardly know him. Today is the day for Childs to become an adult. If they win, the senior promised his team he would legally change his name to Yoli Adults. Sources tell me BYU will not pay for a new jersey with an updated nameplate. The same source tells me that a GoFundMe page has been started to help support the new attire if needed. Of course, if BYU loses, all proceeds will be donated to the Jimmy Butler Fund for kids who don't read so good. Back to you, Brother Ad.
Well, that sounds like a win-win either way, as BYU comes out looking much more the adults here as they take a 6-point lead and Indiana just can't get anything going on the offensive end. BYU works it around the arc. That's number 3, Jake Toulson, passing back over, and he tries to get it inside, but it's poked away by Indiana. Good play on defense. Let's see if they can get some points up. As no, that's blocked by, you guessed it, Yoli. Don't call me a child, Childs.
Shakalaka.
And BYU's crowd is really making their presence known here today. You hear that in the background. That's all BYU as they've come out. But a big block from Indiana there. That might change the tides a little bit if they can put some points up here. Gets it inside and chooses not to dunk it. Goes with the layup. The sure two. It counts for 2 either way. But the momentum that would have been felt with the dunk would have been irreplaceable. I believe that was number 3, Justin Smith, on the layup there. We'll have to review our tapes and correct as needed. Apologies for any name pronunciations. Not used to seeing that one a whole lot. I think it's Smith. It might be Smythe. As Indiana takes it back down 4, gets it inside, but blocked again by Yoli. I'm a big boy, Childs. He just keeps saying no down there. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Playtime is now for Yoli Childs. Knock, knock, who's home? Me too, says number 23, TJ Hawes with the trifecta from deep. Looks like it only counted as a 2, though. Or apologies, it was a 3. Just like who?
Just like my top drawer, Druther Adam, all nylon.
All nylon, that's right. We don't judge here. Whatever gets your druthers, please dress how you feel. Just keep it appropriate in front of the kids. As Indiana misses again, getting a few more looks now on offense, just not being able to put them in. They look like they've slowed BYU a bit. Although BYU is still on the attack as they drive inside. Alex Barcello puts up the shot himself and it won't fall, but a big board again by Yoli on almost 30. Childs.
Floats like a butterfly and hits like a tree. Old Yoli.
Old Yoli. They said YOLO, and he said, how about Yoli? As Yoli pulls down a board and gets it out to that Alex Barcello, as he brings up the court and swings it over to Jake Toulson, who gets it back inside. That's 23. Yoli usually wears 23, but that's TJ Hawes with the little jumper inside. BYU really working smoothly on offense over here. Smooth as butter, you would say. I can't believe it's not butter. They are on the roll. And Indiana just can't get anything good going. The jumper from outside, though, that would look pretty silky. He might have been robbing your drawers lately, Kleiny, as he puts down the jumper. That's number 3, Justin Smith for the Hoosiers. Scores about 10 points for them a game. Of course, numbers here will be really cut down with the reduced minutes, but shown right there why he's one of their go-tos on offense.
Times like these, you just gotta dig deep and hope you find some gold, Druther Ad. And I'm not talking that 18K kind. I'm talking that real 24-karat stuff. If you can't find that, you'll be just fine.
That's right.
Everything will seem to take care of itself.
And all that glitters is gold as Indiana comes back down, still down 9. Justin Smith, more like just in time, as BYU jumps in just in time for the fast break dunk by number 3, Jake Toulson, the 6'5" guard from Gilbert, Arizona. Named after the famous comedian, you might know him better as Iago, no I won't go, Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried.
That's right, Polly want a cracker, and Jake Toulson says, gimme all the cracker. And that's how the cracker crumbles. Indiana left picking up the scraps so far. As a charging foul. That's a juice.
Blow me over, Druther Ad.
Yeah, shiver me timbers, they say. As the Cougars coming out without much of a roar, more of a meow here. Let's see if they can't get something going right now. They dribble around the arc. Ball movement over to the other wing. TJ Hawes dribbles. Shot clock at 12. Inside, and the big finish from number 44, Yoli Childs. And Indiana dribbling back down the court, taking their time. The half winding down, 30 seconds left. Indiana down big. Let's see if they can get something before half. Maybe a quick 3. Although they look content to waste plenty of time as they go inside, double teamed. Denied. And excuse me earlier when I said the Bobcats are more of a meow. They have come out roaring. It's the Hoosiers who knew what is a Hoosier? A losing team right now. is what it is, as BYU commits a turnover, and the Hoosiers will have one last chance here to put some points on the board before half. The jumper in the lane will go for number 21, Trace Jackson Davis. Putting 2 on the board before half. It's a small consolation for a team who was really just flat all half.
I think Davis is going to be heating up like a trending topic in the second half, Drutter. I can't wait to see what he comes out with.
Me either, as the cheerleaders come out with a high-flying routine there at halftime. So you can see the difference. BYU shooting 50%, Indiana only 33 from the field. We'll see if that evens back up here in the second half as we get going quickly. No stopping the action. Hashtag break me off a piece of that. As Indiana gets the ball swung around, and we have a break in the action as we go down to the table to get some clarification. It looks like the Hoosiers stepped out of bounds. As those darn dimmers in this building go off again. Always the energy conservationists here at Drutter Brothers. Another shot by BYU. Nothing but the silky top drawer of Kleiny's nylons.
I haven't seen this many buckets since the Great Roof League of '93. Just when things looked like it was over, the rain stopped, and I'm hoping Indiana can turn the tides here soon. I think
rains it pours, and that's a little trickle going for the Hoosiers as they get into the lane, and Justin Smith, number 3, putting down a layup. But just no defense on the other end for the Hoosiers as BYU having their way. We hope it's consensual, but at this point, BYU looks like they're not showing any signs of slowing down. Number 3 for Indiana puts up the bank. They're usually open. Are they in essential business? We don't know. Check the website, CDC, Pritzker.gov. As BYU finally misses one on their end, Indiana quick down the other way, but can't get the layup to go. Get this their own board, puts it back up, and the ball is just not their friend today. The ball is just not their friend. Did they forget to call them for last night's sleepover? What's going on here? Indiana, I hardly know her, says Gantz. Well, I did have a friend named Anna who was into indie music, and I really didn't get to know her. It was grade school, and she moved. Her dad had to join the military or something. No, he had something or other. But anyway, thanks for the comments, as always. Halftime entertainment today. We're sorry we missed it. Next time, we'll try to get some live conch shell playing, perhaps, as we get back to the action. 5 minutes left in the second half. Indiana down by 12. BYU really having fun out there. Indiana looks like they're still playing hard, but just not getting it done.
I think we're going to need to see some action out of our boy Tracy Jackson Davis, freshman forward here out of Greenwood, Indiana. Usually when you have Greenwood, we'd say go to the emergency room, folks, but times are tough right now. Stay home. The healthcare system is at capacity. We urge you to stay home if possible. Anyways, back to you, Adam.
Speaking of capacity, I think Indiana's about at their capacity for missed shots as BYU blocks another, just smothering the Hoosiers. I have to say, it's I don't know what a Hoosier is, and right now I sure don't want to find out, as they look like they are just getting beat down in every way. Still getting on the floor, though. The energy is there. BYU just really came out to play. What does BYU stand for, you ask? Well, it means bring your uncle. At least that's what it used to mean over when we had the neighborhood grill outs. Bring your uncle, because they always had the best meats and the best music. I think in this case, it might refer to bring him young. Bring him young. My uncle's name was T.O. Young. There you go, as BYU puts in another shot from deep. Pouring it on here. At what point do you start to feel bad for the other team?
Brother Ed, I think Indiana, these guys could use a fresh cup of coffee because they need to wake up.
They
need to find
certainly
something soon.
do. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Really not a Folgers fan, as number 20 breathes some life back into the Hoosiers with a slam. Devontae Green. BYU, though, content to work their offense, swing it around, some nice passing. We used to call it skip to the loo when the passing was so smooth like this. Just whistling around, similar to Bartok's Whistling Arrow. I don't think that's his name. Drew Kettleson, are you on? What's that guy with the, mohawk? Invaders of the Space Galaxy. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Marvel Universe. Stan Lee. He's a legend, an original Drutter brother. BYU, once again, taking it away from Indiana. Indiana looking lost out there. Lost but never found. Catch me if you can, is what BYU is saying. As we get another sideline look at the brief halftime entertainment brought to you by Brigham Young Cheerleading Squad. It's harder than it looks, folks. As Indiana takes it back down. Under 3 minutes here in the second half. A jumper in the lane amongst the trees. Luckily, no leaves on the trees this time of year, so a little bit of daylight to get the shot up, but it won't go. BYU gets another shot from deep. Silky smooth again. I think you're about out of nylons over there, Kleiny, as TJ Hawes puts down another one, the senior from Alpine, Utah. Might be a good time of year to go alpine skiing. I think the slopes might be empty, although they might be closed. As number 10 from Indiana, Al Durham. Haven't heard his name yet today. Al Durham puts in the 2. Puts in 9.8 points for them a game. Really quiet until about now. BYU continues to hammer the offensive boards. Won't get that one to go either, though. And Indiana has a chance for back-to-back points. Dribbling around, wasting a lot of time. Justin Timberlake would be disappointed. He saw his mom die in front of him because they ran out of time in that movie with Olivia Wilde, maybe? Anyway, I digress. Back to the game. BYU, another takeover. It's almost as if they're saying, boy, you. Boy, you're. Used to be my roommate. He used to DJ. We could sure use some tunes right about now. Wiki. IU, BU beats you right now by 12 on Indiana. The Hoosiers taking a timeout, regroup with 1:37 left in the second half. They need some points in a hurry. Where's Reggie Miller when you need him?
I was able to catch up with our coach Archie right before the timeout, and he said, the key to this game is sticking to the basics. Make buckets. If we wish together, we swish together. So I'm assuming they're going to start making some baskets now.
That sounds like a nice bumper sticker. We wish together, we swish together, Good reminder to not only make buckets and be hopeful, but use your windshield wipers.
You know what they say, victory requires payment in advance. Oddly enough, that's what my babysitter Charity used to say to my pops. Anyway, it's good advice.
It's definitely good advice, and we haven't seen a whole lot of the Charity strike this game. Not a whole lot of fouling going on, as BYU has just been in the lead the entire time, putting down buckets from the outside and inside as well, with Yoli Childs pulling down boards and blocking shots left and right. You see Joey Brunk over there on the bench. That's number 44 from Indianapolis, Indiana. Only a junior, but 6'11". Yeah, he was only 6'8", going into 8th grade, which is already huge. I know what you're saying, but 6'11", my. Let's see if they put him in the game.
Yeah, rumor is he came out of the womb at 4'8", so he's a big boy. He came to play some ball.
And the drive of the game, a little consolation to the Hoosiers. We've been seeing a lot of that, where the drive of the game has come from the losing team. We don't want to make any assumptions, but with only a minute to go, down 12, we just don't see the shots falling in as quickly for Indiana to see a comeback in the Stars. But, when you wish upon a star, an angel cries.
Truth.
As he misses the first, that won't help. Their prayers have gone unanswered so far. Al Durham sinks the second. And will he get one more? Foul on a three-pointer, it seems. Interesting call by BYU. You'd think they'd be backing off a bit, just trying to let that clock run down. That won't fall. Tiptoed around the rim and fell out. BYU double-teamed at every turn, but passing the ball well out of the traps, gets it back up to the three-point line, works the clock down to 45 seconds, over to TJ Hawes, back over to the top of the key. That's number 3, Jake Toulson. Back to number 1, Alex Barcello. He looks trapped. Indiana pokes it away, but a foul call or a timeout? We take this chance of breaking the action. More shout-outs would be in hand, but we only see Andrew Gantz, and he's already had a few. That man has recently switched from Miller to Bud Light, and we approve. We here at Driller Brothers cannot approve of Miller Light. I know it might be your druthers, but we just can't stand behind that kind of horse piss.
It's what you call an air ball, Druther Adam.
It's truly an air ball, you know. Less taste, less filling, who cares? It's an air ball. As BYU blocks another shot and just kind of kicking them while they're down here. Passing the ball around the three-point line, wasting plenty of time. This one will wind down. BYU pulling out a big 11-point victory to move on to the second round. Indiana with the late steal. They won't be able to steal this one, but maybe a little bit of your hearts and your sympathy, as this will be the last game played for a few of these guys. Devontae Green played hard, and we wish him luck in his future life ahead. Good game to both teams, but BYU pulling this one out by 11, just came out roaring and never really let up. Yoli Childs had a huge game. Let's see if he just might be the player of the game. And what do you know, folks? It is Yoli. Give me my driver's license. Childs with 10 points and 7 boards, 3 blocks. Really just padding the stats there for BYU and leading the team in this big win over Indiana. Any thoughts, Kleiny?
Oh, looks like we're going to be having to rip out the old sewing machine and changing those nameplates on old Yoli's jersey. That GoFundMe is going to be put to good use pretty soon. May I introduce you for the first time? Yoli Adults, folks.
That's right. You heard it here. Yoli Adults. And that's what he will be known as from here on out in the tournament. Let's hope they can get those jerseys over to him quickly to lessen the confusion. Over on Indiana's side, we have player of the game, number 10, Al Durham, junior out of Lilburn, Georgia. You know, one of their upper scores, but not quite hitting double digits. Pacing him today was 7. It's hard to say that anyone played great on the Hoosiers. They definitely all played hard, but good game from number 10. Trying to keep them in it. Just a little too little. All right, and with that, we will wrap up here. Thanks for coming out and watching. Stay tuned for our next installment. Time to be determined later tonight. Check the Instagram for updates. Another game of Drutter Madness will be coming to you live from Driller Brothers Studios. Driller Brothers are out.